Ms. Sanchez. Our topic for this final was the Sudan genocide and the Holocaust.
How does the Sudan genocide differ from the Holocaust? Our modern world problem, the Sudan genocide, which began in 2003, is different to the Holocaust, another genocide that occurred from 1941 to 1945. Although they both are genocides, the Sudan genocide is a lot different, especially with the news about it. One big issue is the fact that the Holocaust is the most talked about genocide, but the Sudan genocide is not. A lot of people are dying and being targeted without many aware that this is actually happening. Those people who think genocides have officially ended when it hasn't, and any country or race or religion is constantly at risk of experiencing the same.
Modern world problem. Violence began around 2015 when government forces who were backed by the Janjaweed campaigns were repeatedly attacked. They are also known as the Sudanese Armed Forces, and they worked against Darfur at the time. Attacks on villages, burned and looted homes, beat and raped villagers were the first signs of attacks in this area. Continued on into 2016 also, where 190,000 people were displaced due to violence. Government forces continued attacking villages through 2017 and 2018.
Continuation. In 2019, the President Omar al-Bashir is removed in response to unarmed protesters where government responded with armed retaliation. Earlier this year, in February, Sudan's government agreed to hand over Omar to ICC to face genocide charges. Now attacks on Darfur villages are being caused due to conflicts as early as Africans rebelling against their leadership in 2003. Remaining people of villages are either murdered or forced out by militia raids.
And here's a timeline, but if you want a better view, you can click the link here. And it'll take you to a Google Doc.
This is a picture of the burning village, which was one of the many that were destroyed in the raid.
Hungarian Jews arriving at Auschwitz, May 1944. The camp prisoners are visible in their striped uniforms.
The Holocaust. Of the 60 million World War II deaths, 11 million people died in German death camps, invading 3.5 million Russians and 6 million Jews. There are 3 types of experiments. 1. Racial experiments. 2. War injury-related experiments. 3. Pharmaceutical testing. The Holocaust was given to the killing of 6 million Jews because it was a war of extermination designed to wipe out an entire group of people, which is a genocide, led by Hitler, who influenced this decision to get rid of the Jews. Hitler led the Nazis, who were his supporters, and anyone who tried to go against his beliefs would be punished with the Jews.
A continuation, the Nazis passed laws allowing sterilization for those found by hereditary health court to hug genetic defects. Laws also made for Jews to not marry or have sexual relations with the Aryans to make sure no more Jews existed. They settled on defending of a full Jew as a person with 3 Jewish grandparents, those with less resigned and Mischlicht. Kept Jews in ghettos before taking them to any camps. 2 different kinds of camps, labor camps and death camps.
This is a timeline of Auschwitz during the Holocaust.
Connect your content. How do these 2 topics relate to each other? Well, the word genocide came from a writer who was named Raphael Lemkin, a Polish-born lawyer who had fled the persecution of the Holocaust and moved to the United States in 1941. He lost most of his family to this mass murder, so he understood this was not new. He decided he would make a name for this mass murder. He named it genocide, which he defined as the destruction of a nation or an ethnic group.
Reflection. What we have learned from this project is that the Sudan genocide and the Holocaust are actually really alike. Like the Jews of the Holocaust, those affected in Sudan aren't getting enough awareness or help from other countries. For being such a recent and ongoing issue with so many people dying, not many people are talking about Sudan or even aware that this is happening. Some possible solutions could be spreading more awareness, just like the Holocaust, because every genocide is important and needs to be talked about in order to prevent any others from happening.
And lastly, the credits.